My name is Elizabeth Afua Sutherland. I'm an artist and a cultural activist. And I work with dance, theatre, but also sculpture and performance. The Evolution of Science exhibition is trying to encourage collaboration between artists and science workers in Ghana to bring more awareness to the work that's going on in terms of research to the popular awareness of Ghanaians. In Ghana, we have a general problem in terms of knowledge gaps regarding specific industries. So people outside of the industry may not know what's happening within the industry. And so there are a lot of really amazing breakthroughs that scientists have made in the country that the public are not aware of for whatever reason, because either the knowledge is contained only with a few people or within a few institutions, or because maybe those people haven't had the means to disseminate the knowledge about what they're doing to the wider society. This exhibition is really important in terms of encouraging cross-industry collaboration. I've been very interested in the work of Dr. Oku Ampofo, so when I heard about the science project, I was really interested in working with him in the center that he founded in Mampong in 1975, the Center for Plant Research Medicine. So I've been visiting the center, looking into some of the plants that they're using, the products they're using, and specifically their herbarium and their arboretum, and selecting a few plants to preserve and present as botanical studies in a sort of suspended sculptures. So I'll be using resin. I'll be suspending the plant specimens in resin and doing some drawings around them. So my process with this specific exhibition has been to visit the center, and they have directed me to certain plants that Dr. Oku Ampofo researched during his the early days of the center. So a lot of these have medicinal properties. They're used locally, but they also have scientific and medical properties. So I select the plants normally based on looking for healthy specimens. I'm looking for things that don't have spots and stuff on them, but I'm also interested a little bit more, because it's an aesthetic project versus a scientific one, in the beauty of the plants. So things with interesting flowers, things with interesting leaf patterns, things with even just interesting colors sometimes. And then once I've done my selection, I bring them back to my studio, I lay them out on a board, and I kind of study the plants. I'll do sketches of the leaf pattern, the roots pattern, kind of play with the presentation. How am I going to orient the plant in real space? And once I've settled on something, I sometimes also will press the plant so that it's flat, but sometimes I'll have them in 3D. And then I decide how I'm going to mount the plant. So sometimes I'll use cement, white cement, to coat them. I've also used resin, which is a clear epoxy resin that you mix together, and then you pour it over the plant on a mounted surface. And I'm also including the scientific names of some of the plants and their uses, both locally and uses that the center has found. And once that is done, it's going to be a mounted sort of sculpture. So in European museums, a lot of the time they actually have a lot of scientific exhibits about where people went exploring and they found certain plants or certain animal specimens. They actually mount them a certain way and present them. So that's going to be the end goal of this exhibit.